Now that you know how data gets collected, let's look at how Google Analytics accounts are organized. All of your Google Analytics accounts can be grouped under an organization, which is optional. This allows you to manage multiple Google Analytics accounts under one grouping. Large businesses or agencies could have multiple accounts, while medium to small size businesses generally use one account. When you create an account, you also automatically create a property, and within that property, a view for that account. But each analytics account can have multiple properties, and each property can have multiple views. This lets you organize your analytics data collection in a way that best reflects your business. The Google Analytics account determines how data is collected from your websites and manages who can access that data. Typically, you would create separate analytics accounts for distinct businesses or business units. Each Google Analytics account has at least one property. Each property can collect data independently of each other using a unique tracking ID that appears in your tracking code. You may assign multiple properties to each account so you can collect data from different websites, mobile applications, or other digital assets associated with your business. For example, you may want to have separate properties for different sales regions or different brands. This allows you to easily view the data for an individual part of your business. But keep in mind, this won't allow you to see data from separate properties in aggregate. Just as each account can have multiple properties, each property can have multiple views. You can use a feature called filters in your configuration settings to determine what data you want to include in the reports for each view. For example, the Google Store sells merchandise from their website across different geographical regions. They could create one view that includes all of their global website data. But if they wanted to see data for individual regions, they could create separate views for North America, Europe, and Asia. If the Google Store wanted to only see data for external traffic that didn't include their own store employees, they could set up a view that filtered out internal traffic based on IP address. The view level also lets you set Google Analytics goals. Goals are a valuable way to track conversions or business objectives from your website. A goal could be how many users signed up for an email newsletter, or how many users purchased a product. We'll discuss goals and conversions in a later lesson. Be thoughtful when setting up your accounts, properties, and views because you can't change data once it's been collected and processed by Google Analytics. Before we move on to user access permissions, there are a couple of important things to note about views. New views only include data from the date the view is created and onwards. When you create a new view, it will not include past data. If you delete a view, only administrators can recover that view within a limited amount of time. Otherwise, the view will be permanently deleted. You can assign permissions to other users at the account, property, or view level. Each level inherits permissions from the level above it. For example, if you have access to an account, then you have the same access permissions to the properties and views underneath that account. But if you only have access permissions for a view, then you won't have permission to modify the property or account associated with that view. By clicking Admin, Google Analytics lets you set user permissions for managing users, edit, collaborate, or read and analyze. Managing users lets users add or remove user access to the account, property, or view. Edit lets users make changes to the configuration settings. Collaborate allows users to share things like dashboards or certain measurement settings. And finally, read and analyze lets users view data, analyze reports, and create dashboards, but restricts them from making changes to the settings or adding new users. How you configure your organizations, accounts, properties, and views can affect how your data gets collected. Be thoughtful when setting up your Google Analytics implementation, and make sure you align your properties and views of the data you collect with your overall business structure.
Yep. Anyone got questions about Google Analytics? Hi. Yeah. How do you, well, have you all done anything or do you have any questions you want to share? Okay. Okay. Maybe I just share over here. Can you see my Google Analytics account? Can you see it?
It's a bit blur, but I can see.
It's a Google Analytics account, right? So you
It's
can
very
actually,
blur.
yeah, it's blur, right? I'm not sure why it's blur. Maybe yeah. But that's actually, so basically you just need to type analytics.google and then you will come out and then you sign in with the Gmail or something. Okay. Uh, uh, that's where all my you remember the UA that they talk about. Yeah, so it's all here. These are all my UA account number. Okay, so these are my property. Okay, and when you have property, you will have view. This is what she's trying to say. The UA, and then the view. Yeah, so it has all the data that that uh, that might be useful for you, but you need to understand how you can use the data. Then you know how it can be useful to you. Okay, so why is this important? This is important because Google will help you to track the traffic to your website. Okay, so all these are things that you can actually click on it and play with it. Yeah. Yeah, it's very comprehensive, but yet of course you will feel that it's very sophisticated for you. Yeah. I mean you have not seen this before. You feel wow, what is all this about? Yeah. So I hope this is something for you to think about this because actually you can use all this technology to your advantage to get traffic to your website and then start having people visit and then convert them to maybe subscribe your newsletter, maybe get special promotions, or maybe sign up to be your customer.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Cannot see the text at all.
Cannot see?
Yeah. I think if you look at the chats, right?
Okay, let me stop share and share again. Okay, thanks for telling me. Okay, let me share again. Can see now? Still cannot see.
Cannot.
Okay, I know why. I know why. Let me try again. How about this? Can you see?
Can.
Can, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about it. Just now I click on the optimize for video click. I forgot to uncheck. So again, come back to the home. Let me just run through you. Yeah, thanks for pointing out. Otherwise, I'll be like talking to myself and no one understand what I'm saying. What I see is not what you see, right? Okay. My office internet is a bit slow, so it takes a bit of time to load the software. Because this is the homepage of the Google Analytics. Once you open up, this is how it looks like. Yeah. And then just now, about all the accounts that you have and all the properties I have registered and all the website data. Okay, you will need to register with that and then play with it. Then you then realize actually what the video is trying to tell you about what is property, what is view, that kind of thing. Yeah. But before that, you probably need to go and register your account with Google first. There's actually this thing called Google Search Console. This one is actually something that you can actually do analytics as well. You can actually analyze data using this. Okay, I'm already signed in. I didn't sign out. So under Google Search Console, Once you bought a website, you develop a website, you can actually start to register your property, which is your website, to Google. Okay, so these are the website that I have registered with them. You need to register with them, yeah, to enable. You need to sign up with Google Search Console, and then you need to register your account with Google Search Console. And over here, right, they will perform some analytic work for you also, which is what you see. Can you see that? This is actually Wow Coach. So how many impressions, how many click, yeah, and okay, let's see, Raffles Provident. Okay. Okay. I didn't verify. I thought it's verified. Funny. Yeah. Okay, I think over here is good actually. If once you registered your property ownership, right, you will need to verify your property ownerships. So you need to log in to your website. Let's say your content management system actually is WordPress. You need to log into WordPress to actually copy and paste this Google site verifications in your Google content. Then after you press verify to verify it. Yeah. I think I just migrated my website from SiteGround to Awesome Site. So I forgot to look to this step. So it was verified in SiteGround, the content management, the web hosting SiteGround. But recently I just migrated to Awesome Site, everything. So that's why I need to do all these things again. Yeah, in the Awesome Site. I need to log into Awesome Site, the content management, and then from there I need to do a verifications on the DNS. Okay. Do you understand what is this? Because you need to register a property. You all see this remove property here. You all need to register your property, which is, for me, the property is riflesprovident.com.sg. So this Google Search Console is actually is a place that we can actually register your property. But Google need to know whether really this property is it yours. So they need you to copy this tracking thing into your website. Once you copy, embed inside your website, then Google will be able to verify, oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, so this is actually to verify this domain ownership belongs to you. And this is what we call the DNS, yeah, record. Okay. Yeah, copy TXT record below into the DNS configurations. Yeah. So there's actually 3 steps that you need to do. Yeah. And you can actually go to here and then see all this. I'm not using Gandhi, Internet, DIM, whatever. So mine, of course, any DNS provider. Then I will need to copy this part and then go inside my reference provident over here. Let me show you now. I mean, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. My concern is only Seri and me know what we are talking about, but the rest don't understand what I'm talking about. So go inside the WordPress, the content management system, to do the verifications, the property verifications. Okay, so the easiest way is to install a plugin to do the verifications. What's the plugin called? Let me see. I can't remember. There's a plugin actually meant for these verifications. Okay, let me check I think I might have installed this over here. Okay, why not I don't go into this first. I think tomorrow when we are doing the WordPress, then we come back, because I think I'm actually this is actually a session that tomorrow we'll be doing it. So let me finish up my part first. Then I'll bring in this part again because I think you are not familiar with this part. So it might just confuse you because installing plugin or whatever, these are things that you all didn't have the hands on. Okay. Sorry for jumping the gun. Yeah, it's not relevant. But not relevant at this point in time. It's very relevant for you, but not relevant for you. Okay, at this point in time. Okay. Okay, this is Facebook also has its analytic as well. You will see this. Yeah, it has all these inside post page like. So Facebook and Google also have a similar kind of engine, but I don't think that Facebook is very user friendly compared to Google Analytics. Google Analytics is actually a lot more comprehensive, but Facebook is actually quite easy for you to start with to understand. Okay, this is one of the posts that I did. This was the first workshop that I run. I run the Facebook ads. So you see that there's 500 over people who like this promotion that I threw in. So similarly, if you are a self-employed or a businessman, right, you want to run a promo, basically for example, I have a holiday trial class. I price it at $30 as something that is affordable. Original price $100. Now for first 20, $30. So you put up this kind of banner and put it there. And people who like it and subscribe, that's good. But people who like it but haven't subscribed, you can actually start a conversation with them on how, maybe you can don't start about asking them to buy. You can start asking them, hey, for example, Peter, can you tell me, is there anything that I need to improve? Or you can get some feedback instead of trying to convert them to sales. Yeah, because they will be able to tell you, what is the one step is missing that need to convince them to pay that $30 to grab your $100 worth of the holiday package. Yeah. So I can actually interact with the 500 people who like this. Yeah. So it's actually a marketing strategy as well. I think I pay about $100 for this promo, but with the $100 I pay, right, I should get a chance to interact with 500 people about my marketing plan. Okay, you can use it for recruitment as well. Okay. You can run event also using Facebook advertisement. And then this is actually one of the results they actually show about the effect of it. So for $8, right, $8 I spend, it reaches 2,400 people. The cost per click is only 3 cents. Yeah. So it's not really expensive, but it really depends. If there's no result, then it becomes very expensive. If there is actually a result that increase your business revenue and profitability, then you will think that it's not expensive, right? Okay, so I'm going to share about this video by Google. Hang on, I need to unshare and share first because you will not be able to hear the video and you're not able to watch. I need to unshare and share again.
Hello, I'm Michael and I work on Google's search quality team. In this video, I'm going to discuss some key points of our Webmaster Guidelines, including syndicated content, thin affiliates, and doorway sites. Syndicated content is content that is copied from another website. Some sites copy content that stays on topic, but they don't add any of their own value. Other sites copy completely random and irrelevant content to increase their search traffic. Scraped content alone, even high-quality content, does not provide any added value to your users. Similarly, if your site participates in affiliate programs, make sure your site adds value and gives the user a reason to visit your site. An example of a high-quality affiliate site would be a bicycle blog with original reviews and commentary. An example of a low-quality affiliate site would be a bicycle blog that provides only copied product descriptions accompanied by affiliate links. The final category is doorway sites. Doorway sites are created purely to drive users to another website and often try to crowd the search results for a particular term or phrase. This provides the user with a poor experience, as more than one search result will ultimately lead them to the same site. A violation of our Webmaster Guidelines can negatively impact your performance in our search results, and in some cases, can even result in removal from our search results. Our primary goal is to serve users with high-quality, relevant information. These guidelines are in place to ensure a good user experience, so it's worth your time to give them a thorough reading. To learn more, please visit our Help Center resources. Thanks for watching.
Yep. So when you're posting advertisement or you're writing article or creating content, be aware of all these things. These are very useful tips. I think I shared in the morning that do not just simply copy and or so-called steal other people's content or pictures or this. It will not serve any purpose. In fact, you could be removed from your search. Yeah. So avoid doing that. Okay. So let's go for a breakout room and discuss about what do you expect to achieve in 1 month, in 1 year, and what kind of support that you think that you will require in next 1 month or next 1 year. Okay, I have some chat message. Okay. You only ask if we do not verify the content, are there any consequences that you might face? Yeah, actually, if you want to use a Google Analytics in the search console, you need to verify the property. Then you can view. You can actually because if it's not your property, why would they show you the data? Okay, what is Google Analytics? Google Analytics actually basically help you to analyze data they collected, and it's free. You don't have to pay for that. But in order to access your own data, they need to verify that you are really the owner of the websites. They cannot show this data to anyone, right? I don't think you'll be happy about that. So it's important for you to verify your ownership of the domain name, so that then they can actually show you the all the data they have collected using their search engine. And those data they collected, they will tell you how many people have seen it, how many people have visited, how many people like it or whatever. Like those things are all presented on their Google Analytics website. Yeah. Okay. Breakout room. Yeah, I think we have 2. Okay. Just short 2-3 minutes. Okay. So about what you need, what you plan to do in 1 month time, in 1 year time, and what kind of support do you want? Yeah.
One of your agents, right, so they say you got 3 times to go for a fee. Still can. Oh, yeah.
Mr. Andrew, you're muted. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyone have questions? Do you all have questions or do you want to share anything? Do you think that you need support for next 1 year or next 1 month? Don't, on website development or digital marketing?
Yeah, I feel like I need support in terms of more in depth.
Yeah. Actually, one of the things I realize is actually people, I mean, I've seen, this is my 4th time doing this actually. So I've seen people who are actually very keen on designing website, but never actually take actions right after the course. So whatever you have learned these few days, right, it become wasted. Because after that, when you wanted to start doing it in 1 month or 1 year time, right, then you was thinking, hey, I roughly remember what is it, but I cannot really recall. And then immediately you want to ask questions. The question is, the thing is, you're not in the workshop anymore. So you look around, who can you ask? Sometimes you read the YouTube, you also don't understand because a lot of trainers are very professional. So when they become professional, they are very quick. And when they are too fast, you are not able to keep pace with what they are talking about. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure that what article has feedback, I'm sure she will need more practice and she foresee that she might need help in the next few months or 1 year time. So I hope you can actually do something. At least practice it. Not necessarily you have to start doing your website, but at least you can put into practice. Okay, okay, I'll continue. Okay, So okay, digital marketing plan. We talk about that in the morning. So really, if you have a budget, you can use the same keyword to run search ads that help to attract more site visitors. Our service like Google Ads can help you set a budget and figure out if search ads are right for you. Yeah, and actually maybe consider your social media account and how you can engage more with your audience and make posts, create conversation, and reply to your audience comments and questions. So imagine today, if you are going to do some dishes, and then in time to come, your big plan is actually to run a restaurant in Orchard, for example, and that's your big plan. But you are actually doing your cooking right now in kitchen. So of course, what you start is you actually get your friends, your family to taste the dishes, to give you feedback. Then subsequently, you actually maybe you like people to order from your kitchens, and then maybe after that you can actually go to hawker and then have a store, and then after that you will go to big plan and then go to Orchard. But think about the step by step that I was sharing about research, doing in the kitchen, all this. So it's the same thing. Digital marketing, you can start small. You can start at $10, $20 ads, and then after that, during the process, you can actually ask your good friend, your family to try it out, to see what is it, give you feedback. That's where you actually can use your circle of influence, people who can actually help you to influence to other people to actually gather more impact from what you're doing as a business. So you can think small while keeping in mind your big goal is start from small first. Yeah. Okay. And before you run, be sure to figure out what your ad will say, who you'll be targeting and what action you want people, and whether your ads will update and change and how you will measure result. So for me, right, when I want to do that, I will always ask people to give me feedback before I post it. So you don't look at your own perspective, but you actually ask people to give you feedback before you do your posting. Yeah. Content and email marketing are the two important channels you can help you and make plan to create content and figure out where you will post it and how you promote it. So remember the two important channel, okay? Yeah. And one way to promote your content and work towards other business goals is actually email marketing. So you can actually don't just use Google Ads, send out email, relevant email that with good content that people feel that your email is actually offering some value propositions. Instead of just copy and paste some people content and then send out email, nothing authentic, and yet it might actually mislead or give people wrong impressions about what you're doing. So it's be original, be authentic, and always think about if you are the one receiving the email, right? How will you like it? Yeah. Okay. So and always make sure you are up to date and everything that you're doing, always re-examine and optimize it. Yeah. Okay. So then after that, you need to create next steps. These are a few steps that you can do. When do you want to write and send certain email? When do you want to make social media and blog for posting, and how often? Yeah. Do you want to monitor and adjust your ad budgets? Yeah. Not but budgets. Yeah, ad budgets. Yeah. And when writing your advertisement, right, you think about how you are different or better than your competitors. So I did share in the morning that it's good to see what your competitor is, but I never say that it should actually copy and paste from them. You wouldn't have, if I were you, I wouldn't do that because I want myself to be differentiated. Then why would I want to copy their content or their story or their photo or their video? I wouldn't. You need to be differentiated, right? You want to, and it has to be better quality. Then you can bring them what. Yeah. So it's good to study what is in the market and then come up with some unique selling point. And don't be afraid to take on big boys. Yeah. don't need to think too small. So that I'm one man show, I'm new, I don't know, I might not be able to make it. How can I compare myself with someone who is successful, who is so established? You never know, right? The 18 chef, they started very new. They have 30,000 followers compared to the No Sideboard, which only have 10,000. So why not? Yeah, I think Benny Teo, he also started small as well. So why not? It's possible, right? it's always important to have a call to actions. And this call to action might be something that people cannot say no lah. Okay, I know it's not always possible to always have a call to actions that people cannot reject or cannot say no lah. But I'm saying that if it's possible, work towards that. That when people see that call to actions, click now, and then you're first 5 to redeem. Example, yeah, I know you cannot always throw money and don't get profit or don't get result, but marketing, you need that call to action. So, yeah. And also always send the relevant page. Yeah. So things like that, you really promise 20%, you better offer that value proposition at 20%. Okay. Once you have written an ad, choose a target audience, then you can target people. I would think that you should start from Facebook advertisement, which is very easy. In order to do these steps, right, I believe you shouldn't start with Google Ads. Google Ads is not easy, but start with Facebook advertisement. It's so easy that anyone can start doing it with Facebook advertisement. Then if you are successful, then maybe you can actually consider using Google advertisement. Okay, monthly budgets. Yeah. So whereas Google or Facebook, right, they always have budgets that you can spend. So it can be a everyday budgets, it can be a 5 days budget, it can be 1 year, 1 month budgets. Yeah. So always think on the monthly basis, because a lot of companies always look at month end, how much money have, how much money you will spend. So always start from monthly, then you project, then you actually calculate into weekly and yearly, weekly and daily. Yeah. Okay. And you always track the result and track the budgets. Okay. Yeah. You can this thing at scheduling. So you will run based on the time that you choose also. That certain hours you might not want to attract the kind of audience. So you might not want to share. You might not run the schedule within that form. But I only want to, because I'm restaurant business, I only like to have dinner time. I don't want to have lunch time, example. So something that you can actually work on also. This is, okay, again, Google Ads. So Google Ads is actually something that you can sign in with your account to actually start advertising. Yeah. So you can see how well it is doing, because the Google Ads will really give you a very comprehensive report. It looks a bit like a Google Analytics that we saw. Later we have time, we go and sign into a Google Ads platform that I have. Yeah, I can show you how it look like. Yeah, then you will give you a very comprehensive report on how is your advertisement is performing. Yeah. Okay. Google Search Console is no longer called Google Webmaster. The former name is called Google Webmaster, but now they have called it Search Console, which actually I showed you just now. I asked you to do the verification, remember? Okay, so I'm going to share about Webmaster or the Search Console. Yeah.
Andrew, I think you're not sharing the screen.
Huh? But just
You're
now.
not sharing screen.
Huh? Just I've been talking, then I didn't share screen.
I was like, wait, where's the screen?
Huh? Hey, remind me of the NUS professor talk 2 hours and then people say he's not mute. He's muted. He's not unmute. Hey, serious hey guys. Alamak. Why you never tell me? Y'all fall asleep here. Alamak, so malu. And it's recorded some more. Wow, and Salim laugh so loud, make sure people listen. Let me hear what I say.
Hi guys, it's Marty here from letsbuildwp.com, and in this video we're going to be covering how to add a WordPress site to the Google Webmaster Tools, or the Google Search Console, depending on what you prefer to call it. Google Webmaster Tools will allow us to do things like analyze clicks from Google Search, get alerts for critical errors or issues on our site, and test whether or not Google can successfully understand our content. It'll also show us a bunch of other stuff as well, but these 3 things alone are super important, and especially if we're trying to rank well in the Google searches. So in order to get this information, we first need to create a Google Webmaster Tools account and then link it with our WordPress site. So if you're ready to get started, That's what we're about to cover right now. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just create an account with Google Webmaster Tools by going to google.com/webmasters. Here we can click Sign in the top right and then click the Start Now button and sign in with our normal Google account. Then it's going to ask us for our site URL, and for this I recommend opening up the site in a new tab, visiting the home page, and then copying the URL directly from the address bar. Then we can just head back to Google and paste it into this box. The reason I recommend copying and pasting it is because underneath it says use the exact address of your property. So just to make sure we get it correct, we can copy and paste it. Then we can click Add Property underneath, and then it's going to ask us what method we'd like to use to verify our site. And for this, we're going to use the HTML tag. So we need to copy and paste this tag into what's known as the head section of our site. To do this involves editing the main code that makes up our site, and it's a pretty risky thing to do if we're just getting started. So instead, we're going to use a free plugin called Insert Headers and Footers. So we just need to head over to our site in a new tab, visit our dashboard, hover over plugins in our left dashboard menu, and then click Add New. Now in the search bar, we're going to type Insert Headers and Footers. Now we can simply install and activate the plugin by WP Beginner. And then once it's activated, we can hover over where it says Settings in our left dashboard menu and click Insert Headers and Footers. Then once we've got this window open, we can head back over to Google Webmaster Tools, and we're going to highlight everything that's in this box, right click and copy. Then if we head back over to our WordPress site, we can paste it into this first box labeled Scripts in Header. Then we're just going to click Save underneath, and this should be our WordPress site now linked with our Google Webmaster Tools account. To double check everything's working okay, we can head back over to Google Webmaster Tools and simply click the Verify button underneath. It's then hopefully going to come up and say Ownership Verified, and we can then click Go to Property. As you can see, it says Processing Data, please check again in a few days. So we're not going to see any stats here right away, but if we check back in a few days, we should see some useful information we can use to improve our site's rankings. There are too many things to cover in this quick video, but I'll link to another video in the description below which will show you a few awesome things we can do with the Google Webmaster Tools. So that's how we can add our WordPress site to the Google Webmaster Tools or Google Search Console. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please give it a like here on YouTube to show your support, and consider subscribing to the channel for more WordPress tutorials published every week. Then finally, just before we finish, I published another video a short while back that I think you might find useful. It covers how to set up Google Analytics on WordPress. This is going to help us understand what's happening on our site even more. I'll link the video on screen now if you want to check it out. It's basically the same process as this, only for Google Analytics instead of the Webmaster Tools. Once again, my name's Marty from letsbuildwp.com, and thank you very much for watching my video. Hi guys, it's Marty here.
Yep. So you only say that it's quite blur, right? Yep. Can you all see it?
No.
Huh? You all don't see the video also?
No, got see. That says a bit blur. Then now cannot see.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, let me repeat what he did just now. Okay, let me do it again. So, okay, this is what he did. Right, remember he actually asked you to sign in to a Google search, right, and then do a verification, right, and then you need to copy the code, right? Copy this code, and then you go to here. Okay, this is another way I'm doing. I'm actually using the Yoast SEO. I find it very useful. It's a free plugin, a basic plugin. So you can actually go to Webmaster tool and then copy here. Yeah. If you're not sure, there's actually this, you can open a link, a new tab here that actually show you how to do it. Yeah. This is something that you can actually use it also. It's a help. Yeah, over here. Okay. Then copy this and then save changes. I know the mute people because of the background noise. Sadi, mute. Okay, thanks. Sorry, someone, can you mute yourself? The background noise. Okay, now I need to go back to my. I have saved it under my website breakfastprovident.com. Okay, and then I need to click verify. I hope you will verify. Sometimes it will take a while to verify, so it still haven't yet. But maybe you will take some time to verify it. So there are different ways to do it. There is also the one that he shared. He's talking about the header. Okay, add new. This is, can you all still see my WordPress? Can, right? So he actually talk about header, insert header and footer, plugin. Okay, Elementor. Oh, this is, I think this is inserted. I reinsert it. So under setting, header. Yeah. So you can see that actually just now I did it, right? So it's actually inserted. Let's make sure. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Yeah. Replace here. This thing. Okay. Let's see it. Yeah, and then save it. Okay, I have a firewall set up. It's called wall fence. So actually, it's giving you this alert. Yeah, because I was trying to modify this. Okay. Something wrong with that. Maybe I'll need to remove the property and then verify again. We will do this later, but actually, basically, this was the step that the guy shared just now. Yeah. Okay, any questions? Anyone have any questions? Okay. No, I didn't disable the firewall. The firewall just now actually alert me that I'm trying to modify the script. So my firewall is actually very useful. So he actually realized that actually I was trying to modify the script. So the firewall alerted me, and I didn't disable the firewall. I just said that this is something that I've done, so it's okay to proceed. Yeah. Then why are we editing the header footer? So this is actually to verify your ownerships. So you can actually start to use Google search. So you need to copy the script for this short code, txt record, short wash txt record from the Google Search Console. You copy it into your own website. So this is to help Google to understand and verify that website belongs to you. So once this is allowed, the Google Search Console or Google Webmaster know that this website belongs to you, then they will give you the data for you to analyze. Are you with me? Do you all understand what I'm saying? Carlson, you still don't get it? Okay, we need to why are we okay? First of all, just now this afternoon I was sharing that Google Webmaster or Google Search Console is a place that where they offer you some data of your website. But in order for them to offer you data, you need to start an account. Otherwise, Google will know what is your website. Am I right? Yeah, I mean, Carlson, you can actually unmute yourself and then we can actually have interaction. So I can actually speed up these conversations. Otherwise, everyone will stuck here.
Okay, the purpose of me asking this question is because we as a new entry into this digital marketing, we have to do all these steps just to gain Google Analytics.
Yeah, you need to list
some data or feedback from our website, which is our first place is to set up to understand how to get the website running, but not to get on into all this advanced information like how to edit headers and verifying our website, everything. To is this the proper procedure to set up a simple website?
Okay, I think my course I call it digital marketing. I didn't call it website design. So website design will be part of the course, and the website design we will the third day, the whole day 3, right, will be all focused on designing website. But doing all this like what I'm doing just now, right, it won't actually help you to become an expert. But at least the idea is actually to let you know that actually if I'm doing marketing, this is the thing that I need to do. If you have a website and no one notice it, and or maybe you have a website a lot of people notice it, but the thing is you don't know how to read the traffic, because you cannot monitor who click your website. Am I right? And Google will be able to tell you how many people click your website, what are they interested in, so then you can actually improve your website that you have developed from time to time. Because just now the step that I showed you is actually a free tool. Google Search Console give you all this data traffic that you can actually improve the website that you develop. Because you develop a website, you want people to see, but only Google or other search engine can offer you the data for you to understand. Yeah. So my purpose is not to make you an expert, but at least do introductions for you all to know about that. And whether you know how to do it or I don't think you can do it immediately right now. But at least my purpose is actually that you all know that this is one of the things that you must do for you to do digital marketing. But not now, of course. Not as a beginner for you. Yeah, maybe in a few months' time you will be able to do it. Because you might have to do it this way for your digital marketing. Yeah. So I hope that helped. Okay. So shall we carry on? Yeah. Okay. So I showed you all these things about the property.
Andrew, are you sharing screen?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Hey, it's 2 o'clock. Did we have our break? Have we had our break after lunch?
No.
Oh yeah, we need to go for a break.